Hey guys, welcome back to Jenkins Session 2. In today's session, you will learn how we can create and execute a Jenkins jobs. So these are the following topics will be covered in today's session. What is job in Jenkins? How we can create and execute a job in Jenkins? How to configure a job? How to execute job for different output, how we can run a Java class with the help of Jenkins Job, as well how we can run a program from Eclipse using Jenkins Jobs. So in past session for the Jenkins uploaded in my YouTube channels, you already know about the details of cicd, which is nothing but the continuous integration and continuous development. Also, I have clearly discussed step to step by step installation process of Jenkins. So you can go through the first session if you are new to the Jenkins, so that you can get to know, right, what are the different prerequisites that is required to start with the Jenkins. Still, I will double reiterate here, right, what are the prerequisites required. So the first thing is that, right, you would require at least 1 GB RAM in your system, right, and around some hard disks. Okay, apart from that, you need to install Java JDK 1.8 or JDK 11, because in case you are installing any version which is not suitable, not matching 1.8 or 1.11, right, Jenkins will not be able, you will not able to run Jenkins in your system. Okay, so you, in case you did not install Java, please do the installation first, right. Once you install, it will be available in your C drive program files Java. So I already installed JDK 11, another version is there, but still JDK 11 or JDK 1 point is required. After the installation is done, you can go to your computer and you can go to the properties, you can go to the advanced system setting, you can go to the advanced tab, you can go to the environment variables. Right here you need to set the Java home in the variable section, and we need to give the path of the JDK folder. And after that, in the path variable, right, you also need to give the right path till the bin folder of the JDK 1.18 or Java JDK 11. So this is the path you could see already given here. Okay, so this is the first two prerequisite. After that, in case you are new to installation, right, so you can go to Google, right, and you can type here, right, Jenkins download simply, right. You could see this is the www.jenkins.io. You can navigate to that particular site, right. There will be some stable release, which is nothing but the LTS, which is long term support, right. There will be some link will be available for downloading Jenkins based on your operating system, right. You can use you can download in the Mac, you can download in the Windows or Docker's other way, right. If you click on the window, so that particular file will be downloaded in your folder. After that, right, as I mean already mentioned in the first video, right, how to download it. So after the Jenkins installation is successfully done, right, during downloaded, you need to during installation, right, you need to set the path of the Java JDK 1.8 or JDK 11, right. That is the prerequisite, otherwise Jenkins will not run. Apart from that, you can select the some port, right. Default port will be 8080. You can change the port as well, right. Once the installation is done, right, you need to enter some secured key which will be available during installation. The path will be displayed, and you can go to the path and you can copy that password and you can enter it. After that, you need to create, right, some user ID and password, so that you can start the Jenkins. So now if you after everything is done, right, if you open the Jenkins port, right, so this is the default port whatever I have set during my Jenkins installation and the configuration. So it will be look like that. Here you need to provide your right, ID and password, Jenkins ID and password, and then you can click on the sign on. So Jenkins will looks like that. Initially there will be no project will be displayed, but here I am working for a couple of right months, so that some of the project has been created here. You could see some project. Otherwise, right, some of the items will be displayed initially, few of the items will not be displayed. In case you already installed the relevant plugin, then multiple items will be displayed. Otherwise, you no need to worry, right? You can go to the manage Jenkins, right, and then there is a plugins available called manage plugin, right? Here you could see lot of plugin will be already downloaded. In case you already selected that install suggested plugins during installation. Otherwise, right, you can go sorry, in the install section. Otherwise, you can go to the available section and you can type something, right? After that, suppose say I want to install say Maven, right, or Jira, right, Jira integration, so which is not installed yet, right? You could see that options will be displayed. You can select and you can click on the download now and install after restart button. Otherwise, install without restart, right? So that automatically it will be downloaded and you can restart later, right? If you are not restarting from here, right, you can go to the Jenkins and you can type here restart, so that your Jenkins will be restarted automatically after downloading all the required plugin, right? So now today's session we will discuss, right, how we can create the Jenkins project job and how we can execute it. Okay, so let's go to the site here. So what is job? So jobs are the heart of Jenkins build process, right? So Jenkins is an CI/CD tool, continuous integration and continuous development, right? Where you can do your coding, right? Create your project and you can do the deployment. And once the deployment is happening, right, automatically your build will be triggered and then suitable script will be run and then suitable report will be shared to the stakeholder, letting them know that if your job or is your build is successful or not. In case of unsuccessful, you can correct your build and redeploy it again. So that way Jenkins will work. So jobs are the heart of Jenkins build process. A job can be considered as a particular task to achieve a required objective in Jenkins. Moreover, user can create as well as build this job to test the required application or project. Jenkins supports different type of build jobs, right? The two most widely used Jenkins build job are freestyle project and the Maven project. So initially whenever you are starting the Jenkins, right, you will not able to see, right, might be those Maven one, right? But in case you already added the Maven plugin, that options will be displayed while you are creating a new job or new project, right? So initially these are the options will be displayed in case you are you have already added the relevant plugin, which you want. First one will be the freestyle project. So freestyle project in Jenkins is an improvised on or unrestricted build job or task with multiple operations. Operations can be a build, pipeline, or any script run. Maven project is selected for managing as well as building the project, where it will contain the page object model or pom.xml files. Jenkins will automatically pick up those POM files, make configuration and run the build. Whereas pipeline demonstrate long running activity that contain multiple build agents. It is suitable for running pipeline that cannot run through normal freestyle type jobs. Whereas multi-configuration project option is suitable in those conditions where different configuration like testing on multiple environment, platform specific build are required or might be required. Whereas the last one, GitHub organization, this option scan the user GitHub account for all repositories matching some defined markers. So freestyle project is the very useful in most of the aspects. So Jenkins freestyle project is a repeatable build job, script or pipeline that contains steps and build post build actions. It is an improved job or task that can span multiple operations. It allows user to configure build trigger and offer project-based security for their Jenkins project. Freestyle projects are repeatable and contain both build steps and post-build action. So Jenkins still loading. So how we can create a job in Jenkins? So first you need to navigate to the right URL http localhost 8080 in case 8080 is the default host you selected during Jenkins installation. In case you have selected different, you can just change it. Otherwise, in case you want to run with your local IP, right, you can replace localhost with your IP. Okay, so now Jenkins is started and you can log into the Jenkins with the user ID and credential whatever you have created. So I'll be signing in with the user ID and credential which is having most of the access. Now I can click on the new item link, right, to create a job here. This is the new item in the left pane of the dashboard. You can click on it. After that you could see lot of right items available: freestyle project, map and project, pipeline, right, multi configuration project, folder, multi branch pipeline, organization folder, like that. Or you can copy also, right, from. If you want to create a new item from other existing, you can use the copy from as well. So here you can give any suitable name. Suppose say fast Jenkins test job. That is the name I can give it, and I can select freestyle project and I can click on the OK. So all the steps is provided here. Okay. So the first part is done, project I have created. After that, once the project is created, right, I can give some description. So what is the objective of the description? It will let you know why you are creating the project or the objective of the project. So that way you can provide the description during creating of the freestyle project. After that, right, you can simply click on apply and save so that your freestyle project will be saved in Jenkins. Then we can do, right, the different changes, right, whatever is really required to start with the Jenkins job. Suppose say this is my first Jenkins project, right? So now I'm not selecting anything, right? Just I've given the description, right? These are the options will be there. I'll be discussing all the options, most of the options in the session here, and you can simply apply and click on save, right? So you could see your Jenkins project, right, got created, fast Jenkins test job, and the description whatever is given, it is being displayed in the top here, right? Project fast, sorry, this is is displayed, and this is the right project we have created, fast Jenkins test job. Also it is displayed here, and this is the description we have given. So that way we can simply create a freestyle project in Jenkins. Now, right, you can run the job without any, right, prerequisite, right? So how can you run it? So there's an option, right? You could see build now, configured. You can remove the project, right? You can disable the project, right? So these are the options will be available. Status, right? Build history. So this is the job is newly created, so there is no build history. So now without anything, right, just with the description only, I can, right, click on the build now, so that automatically it will try to execute the job. You could see in this section, right, some build is getting generated, has one, right, and now you could see it is green, right, means the build successfully run, right? You can click here, or you can just simply click on the drop down and you can go to the console output. So it will let you know the desired output for this job. You could see it is started by the name of the user running in the system, right? This is the space where it is getting saved, right? So see in the program data Jenkins dot Jenkins, this is the workspace and this is the project is getting saved and this is showing as finished, as success, right? So that is the way you can just create a freestyle project, you can start running it, right? It is not giving any output because we did not return anything. Now you can go to the dashboard, right? And you could see in the dashboard all the job whatever is created, right, by that user, logged in user, it will be displayed, right? So there will be some column will be there. You could see if you just mouse it over, if you select it, right, just select that one, you can able to see the objective of the column. So first one S is nothing but the status of the last bill. In case it is a passed or fail, that way it will be displayed. Pass will be green, right, tick mark, fail will be red cross mark, and this is the weather report. So weather report will be displaying lot of different report. You can see this is the right sun, I mean bright sunny sun, right, which means that no recent bill has been failed, right? You could see some cloudy here, right, cloudy, right? So you could see bill stability 3 out of 5 bill got failed, right? You could see more cloudy, right, in case more of the thing got failed, right, less failed, right, 1 out of kind of 5 bill fail. In case all the build is getting failed, it will be completely cloudy. So that way from the weather report, right, you can get to know that what is the overall, right, status of the project, right, how many times it got failed, right, what is the last 5 status, I mean job status. This is the name of the project, this is the last success, right, this is the last job number, right? You could see this is the fifth, means this is run for the 5 times, 14 means run for the 14 times. Last failure, in case there is a failure only, then it will be displaying the what is the failure number along with how many days and what is the duration it is taking, right? You can schedule a bill also for the project, right? If you select any of the other project, right, where maybe some project got failed, some bill got failed, you can select the bill, right? You could see here that bill, right, cross mark, right? And if you go to the console output, you could see this is the bill fail, right, with the detailed result. So that way you can validate, right, whether what is the reason for bill failure for the particular job, and you can correct them accordingly. Now, right, I will try to, right, change the setting of the job. I will try to configure the job. Then how can I do it? Do the configuration changes of the job. So we can select the job here first from the dashboard, right? We can just simply select the job. Then there is an option called configure, right? We can just select the configure options so that automatically it will navigate to the, right, whenever you are trying to create the job, that page it will, I mean, kind of displayed here. After that, right, you could able to see the description, you can change the description. Apart from that, right, in the description section, right, in the general section where description is particular text box is available, other options will be available, right? You could see discard all project, GitHub project, this project is parameterized, right, throttle builds, right, execute concurrent builds if necessary, right, and in the if you click on the advanced, more of the thing will be displayed. And if you mouse it over, right, and if you click on the question mark, you would able to see the details of each and every option, right? So we will discuss few of the important options here. Discard and old build. In case user want to discard old builds while starting the execution of the new build, then user select this option. Whereas GitHub project option specifies that user are running their build with GitHub integration. User specify the URL of the GitHub project, so that part will be covered in the upcoming session, how you can integrate your GitHub, right, URL in the Jenkins so that automatically you will try to execute from the GitHub project. This project is parameterized, so in case user want to run their build with different parameter that would be passed during runtime, then they can use this option. Every parameter has some name as well as some value, right? Throttle builds, this option enforces a minimum time between build based on the desired maximum rate, whereas retry count, this is the higher number, means Jenkins will try to attempt to check out from the SCM so which is nothing but the software configuration and management system that many times with the 10-second delay between retries. If the final attempt also fail, then the build will be marked as failed and execution will stop. Right now you no need to worry, I will try to cover each and every details in the upcoming video and execute concurrent build if necessary. If this option will be checked, then user can execute multiple builds of the project in parallel. So in case you need to run it parallelly, right, you can use this option. After that, if you go to the next section, which is nothing but the source code management. So none means you are not integrating with the Git, right, the GitHub part. And in case you are selecting the Git, right, where you need to give the repository of the Git account or the GitHub details. Okay. Then the next one is the build trigger sections, where a lot of options is available, right. So in the source code management section, user need to select the repository where they already push their code from the GitHub in case you are selecting the Git option, right. And in the build trigger section, user can select the appropriate option as per the requirement. There are different options available here under the build trigger section, right. This is the important thing I have tried to cover it here. Otherwise you no need to worry, just simply click on the question mark, you would able to get the right details objective of the each and every option. So trigger builds remotely. This option is used when user want to trigger new build by accessing a special predefined URL. The next one, build after other project are built. This option will be used when a new build will be triggered for this project just after other builds are finished. Build periodically. In the build periodically option, user need to give a proper format of time during which they need to build their job. GitHub pull request triggered that integrate with GitHub pull request and issues activity and launches run in response. GitHub hook trigger for Git SCM pulling. If the option is checked, it means the build will be executed with the help of GitHub webhooks. And poll SCM option is almost similar to the build periodically option. User can give the timer, but the difference is that build will only be executed when any code change will be detected during that time duration. So those things mostly used on the kind of GitHub part. Suppose in case you are already having some project in the GitHub and you are just changing some code, right, after pushing the code to your project to the branches. So automatically, right, in case you are selecting poll SCM, automatically you will try to execute that Jenkins job and it will right derive the or deliver the details outcome. The next one will be the build environment section, where a lot of options will be there, and after that there will be build step section. So in the build step section you will be able to see lot of options based on the different right kind of integration you have already did it, right. So you could see the most useful options will be execute window batch command, right. These options runs a window batch script for building the project. The script run with the workspace as the current directory. Execute shell. This option runs a shell script for building the project. The script runs with the workspace as the current directory. Invoke ANT only in case you are downloaded the relevant integration, then right then only this thing will be displayed. This option specifies a list of ANT targets to be invoked or leaves it empty to invoke the default ANT target specified in the build script. Invoke Gradle script. This script is for this project that use Gradle as the build system. Here Jenkins invokes Gradle with the given switches and tasks. Invoke top level Maven targets. This is for those projects that use Maven as the build system. This leads Jenkins to invoke Maven with the given goal and options. Jenkins passes environment variable to Maven, which user can access from the Maven and the environment variable. Run without timeout. If the build does not complete by the specified amount of time, then the build will be terminated automatically and marked as aborted. Default time should be at least 3 minutes. So few of the options you will be able to see it here, right, in case you are already downloaded that different plugin, right, and this is the last section where the post build action. This is the thing, right? You can you can just after the your execution is done, in case you want to report, generate report, you want to push something, right? You want to show email notification on that person, you can use it. So everything will be discussed in the upcoming session, you no need to worry right now. So right now we already had the project created, we already had some description, right? I can update the description, right? Okay, now I will not concentrate on this option here. I will try to select the build step as execute window batch command, and here I will try to add some command, right? So this is the options I have selected, and if you want to print something, right, you need to use echo. So that is the thing, you need to use it, echo, and I can type something like that, my fast Jenkins program output, right? And simply you can apply and save. Okay, now you can run it. So you can see the build number 1 was already available, now new build is triggered, which is the build 2, and you could able to see the date and time here, right? And if you click here, right, you can go to the console output, and you could able to see again it is started, and this is the output is being displayed, right, whatever you have written, and this is the command we have tried to run it, right? Now again go to the thing, and you can try to run with the other command, some of the other command here, and you could see here the status is showing at exit 0 in case it is success. So in case the build is success without any issue, right, you would able to see this is the exit command, exit 0 means success, right? Now I will go to the back to project again, I will go to the configure, I will, in case I want to want to print the current date of the system, I need to change my kind of command, right? So I will try to change, suppose say echo, and then I will try to give something called within the percentage sign, suppose say date, right? So it will print me the current date in the console, and I can run it now. You could see build 3 has been triggered. I can simply select the build, and I can go to the console from here also. If you want to delete but few builds, right, whatever has been run from the project, you can just simply click here, and if you go to the console, you could see, right, this is the command written, and it is giving me the current date, and it is also exit 0. Now if you want to write back to the project, and if you want to just kind of configure wherever Jenkins build will fail, so suppose say I have tried that, in case you are just simply giving here date, so Jenkins will not able to read the command, and it will fail it, right? And if you want to run build now, so it will fail it. So you could able to see, in case of failure, you could see it is, right, cross red mark. Now if you click here on the build number 4, right, if you go to the console output, right, you could see here it is failed, right? Some of the build step execute window command mark build as failure, and you could see the status is showing as exit 1 and this failure. Now if you go to the dashboard, right, you could able to see, right, this is the status of the last build, failure. Now you could see from the from the kind of shining sun, it got changed to the cloudy, because 1 out of, right, 4 build got failed. So this is the percentage, right, success rate. So total 4 build executed, 3 pass, so that means success rate is 75%. Now you could see the last success, what is the last success, what is the last failure, 25 seconds ago, what is the total time taken for this one, right? So that way you can simply, right, create your job, and you can try to run it, and definitely you can get the desired console result as well, right? Now we will see, right, how we can create some sample Java program, and then I can run it with the help of the Jenkins, right? So first thing is that I will, right, try to create a folder here, suppose say sample Java program in my desktop, right? And now I will open a notepad here, right, and I will try to create a program, Java program, right. So this is the sample Java program already written here. So I will just copy the line of code, right. So in case you are new to Java, you can please refer my Java playlist. 71 video already uploaded there, so you can get to know the basic to advanced Java. You can be confident enough, right. So I can just simply paste it here. So this is the class name, right. I can change it to maybe Jenkins test Jenkins project. That is the project name. Then public static void main method, and I am using here, right, for loop and inner for loop. So two loop I am using. Outer for loop is I am iterating from I equal to 0 to I less than equal to 2, means 0, 1 and 2, I plus plus, and the inner for loop I am using j equal to 0 to 3. So it will display the value of I equal to I and j. So outer for loop will run for 3 times, where inner for loop will run for the 4 time. So for every I, j will run for the 4th time, right. So this is my class. So now in case you are new to the Java, right, you can create some class in the notepad, and then you need to save it with the help of the .java extension, right, and where the file name should be same as the Java class name, right. Now I will save as, right, I will go to the desktop and I will try to, right, save in the folder whatever you have created, sample Java program, and then here I will be giving the name .java, extension will be .java, right, and I'll be simply saving it, right, and then close it. Now if you go to the sample Java program, you will be able to see, right, the test Jenkins project, right, that Java file which extension is nothing but the .java. If you right click here, you go to the properties, you will be able to see the path here, and this is the Java file, this is the name of the file, right. Now you can run your Java program with the help of the command prompt, right. Let's try to run it with the help of the command prompt. So just try to get the path here, right, whatever Java file you created. So this is the path, right. So this is the step already added, right. So you need to press Windows R, right. After that you need to type here cmd, so it will open the command prompt. You need to go to the cd location of that path, right. So that way you already navigate to the path. So now in the path the file is placed, right. This is the file is placed, right, test Jenkins project. So I can just simply copy the file name, right, and then I need to compile the file first, right. So what is the command you need to type? You need to type the javac and the file name not java, right, and if you compile it, any kind of error it will throw it, so that you can correct your script before running it. So you can go here, right, you can write java c and the file name dot java extension, and you can press enter. So in case any problem, any error, it will throw it here in the console. So no error, so compilation is fine. Now I can run the Java, right, code, right. So what are the thing I need to type it here, Java and the file name, right. So simply Java and then the file name. So you could see, right, desired output is getting displayed. So there was two loop, outer loop was 0 to 2 and inner loop was 0 to 3. So for every outer loop, so this is the 0 1 2 3, inner loop is being displayed, again it is changing to 1 0 1 2 3 is displayed, again it is changing to 2 0 1 2 3 is displayed. So my output is coming correctly based on the, right, for loop I have created, outer for loop and inner for loop, right. Okay, now I want to run the Java class from my Jenkins. So I am not changing the Jenkins project. So I already created the project. I can go to the configure here. So description is there, right. I am not changing anything here, right. In that particular, I would need to select execute Windows batch command. Here I need to give this 3 line whatever I have written here, right. So first line will be cd space the path of the project, right? So again I can take the path here. So I need to first line, I need to similar way, whatever way I have, right, try to run it from the command prompt, right? I can just add those line of command here one by one. So cd space the first thing, and the second one is, right, the java c, and then the class name dot java. So this is my class name. So after running the program, you could see that particular class is already created here. So I'll be just giving here java c, and then dot java extension, and then I will last line, right, whatever I have written it here, right, java and the class name, right, paste. So that is the 3 line you need to write it here simply, and you can click on apply, right? So the first one is navigating to the path, right, where you have already kept your java class. Then you need to compile it, right, java c, then the class name dot java, and then you need to run it, java and then the class name, and then you can save it, and now you can run it, right? So you can click on the build now option. You could see it is running. You can see now it is green, right? So you can select the drop down option here, and you can go to the console output, right? You could see here started by your username, running by system, this is the workspace is building, right, this is the bat file, right, and you could see this is the sample java program folder, this is the path from where it is executed, right, and this is the class executed, right, this is the different command it's executed, and you could see the output, right? So outer loop, for every outer loop 3 inner loop, and second outer loop 3 inner loop, like that, and you could see the status is exit 0 and the status is finished, success, right? So that way, right, in case you want to run any java program, right, from your any drive, you can just create it and then you can run it with the help of Jenkins Job, right? So last one I will try to explain. Suppose say in case you are already having some project in your Eclipse, then how you can run the project from the Eclipse. Okay, so now I will try to open the Eclipse, right? Then I will try to create a project here. So this is my Eclipse. So I will try to open Eclipse. So definitely you need to select the workspace. So I am just showing it here the step by step, right? You no need to worry, so that you can create your own thing, right? I mean you can just try to replicate the same thing by your own I mean, okay. So after opening the Eclipse, you can just click on the file, new, and Java project. I will try to create a sample Java project here, right? So I will not include any Selenium related steps, just I will include simple Java project. So here I can give the name as of the project as Jenkins Job project, right? I can select that version, and then I can click on the simply finish, right? And I can go here, and in the src folder you could see Java is already, library is already added here. In the src folder I can create a simply package here, right? Suppose say Jenkins training, right? I can click on the finish, right, and I can just right click here, I can create a new class. So Jenkins Java project, I can select on the main method, right? Now I can write some different line of code here. So this is the sample code, I can run it, right? So that it will print some simple for loop. It will print value I equal to 0. Or I can go here, I can simply copy the line of code here. So I can simply copy it, right, and I can paste it here. So I am just using a for loop here, right? So I can go to say 7 or 8, like I can go till 8, and here I need to change it the double quote, right? And here I think one more. Yeah, now the thing is fine. Now if I want to run it from here, right, with the help of that Java application from the Eclipse, so you could see, right, it is being displayed, right? So you could see it is displayed every time, and the output is being displayed. Now I want to comment it out, for every I it is displayed, right? Just simply it will be displaying the output for the for loop, right? Now if you want to run the program from the command prompt, right, you can just copy the project path here, properties, and this is the project path, right? Again you can go to the command prompt, and again here you can press cd space this, so that for project path will be go, you can go to the project path. Now here you already went to the project path, right? But there is some src, sorry, you need to give the location to the src folder. Okay, so I can copy it to the src folder, and I can press cd and then this path, so it will go to the till src folder path. After that is src folder path, there is a kind of package is available, right? So you cannot directly access your class, so you need to give the package name slash class name, right? So here what I will do, right, this is the command I already mentioned. You need to first compile it, java c package says class dot java. So here you need to type here, so here what is the package name? So double click here, right? You can click that options refactor rename, so copy it. So here you need to give java c, then that one, then slash, right, and then this is the refactor rename, then you can give the dot java, right? So it will compile, right? You could see the no error. After that again you can give that one, so now java, right, and then this path of the class, so it will try to compile it. You could see the output is coming here, right? Now if you want to run the Eclipse project from the Jenkins, you can go to the Jenkins project whatever you created, you can go to the dashboard again, you can select the project, you can go to the configure, right? Here similar way, after selecting the particular option, right, which is the execute Windows batch command already selected, and then you can type the 3 line whatever you have used during running the code from the console, right? So here I can just give the path here, so cd, and then I can give the project path till the src folder, right, and till the src folder. And here I need to change it, right, the folder location, and then so I think it's already copied here, so I can just use that one, folder location and the project path. So I can simply change it here, java c, right, this is the package and this is the class dot java, and again here java and then package slash class. Now you can apply and save it. So now whatever project you have created with the help of the Eclipse, right? That class configuration is already set up now in the project. Now if you just run it, so what it will do, it will try to run the Eclipse project from with the help of Jenkins. Now you can directly integrate, right, Eclipse directly, and you can run it. Now if you execute build now, so it will try to run it here, and it will be giving you success or failure. Now it is success. Now you can go to that build 6 number, build number 6, and you can click on the console output, and you could able to see, right, from where it is executing. This is the path, this is the package and the class name, right? It is compiling, executing, and this is the output is being displayed, and this is the status code and the finish, the success. So that way, right, you can just create a sample, right, script in the Eclipse, and you can try to run it, right, with the help of the Jenkins jobs. So that's all from today's session. Thank you.